Hello! Today we're looking at the connection between Jae Lee and Joe Quesada. Spoiler alert. This will give you a clue. But let's first appreciate Jae Lee for his mastery. One of my favorite pages ever. Not sure which planet this is because it's not Earth. But look at that grace. Obviously a big fan of Mignola, which will be the main theme, I guess, today. Mignola quads. Classic. In these issues, Peter David was the writer. Man, are these good stories. This one especially is still talked about these days because it's where the group goes to therapy. No action at all, just pure genius writing. This was the crossover. What was it? Executioner song crossover. But still, moments like these, no problem at all. Camera zooms in, changing the eyes from left to right. Says it all. That's comic book acting. Yeah, he uses a lot of that ink spatter here. Bachoom! When I was a kid, we did this in art school. You have this like a metal frame with a sieve kind of thing. And you put paint on top of it and then use a toothbrush. Shh. Not sure how he does it. I don't think he splashes ink on it because that would be like lots of ink. Let's analyze this. It's not flat. There is a three-dimensional quality to it. So underlying structure. Got a muscle here. Kind of straight. Yeah, we see a lot of straights in Jae Lee's work, like this line, right? And here. Another Jae Lee issue I have. Jae Lee does chapter 5. Even a young Joe Mad, one of his first works. But this Jae Lee, here there's a super straight line. Completely straight here. Yeah, you see the influence, right? That's Bill Sienkiewicz right there. I think Bill was the first one to really go for that exaggerated geometric style. Here the geometric water. Love this stuff. Although he does love that rhyme pose though. Back to his anatomy. Underlying structures. Okay, straight, straight. Shadow on the bottom side of the big shapes. Here we get the Mignola feathering, straight lines. Nice. Here again, the Mignola stubs and those straight quads. This one here is almost Simon Bisley, that flat feeling and this loose inking and the hair on the arm and the geometric straights. You get that Simon Bisley feeling. Give this arm a try. Let's not copy it, but just copy the style. Delt, bicep, tricep into the arm muscles. Wristband. Okay. 1, 2, 3. From the face, we see the light source from here, dark on the right, here also, right? The shadow from that shoulder thing, and then a little bit of shadow on the other side too. Okay, I'm also gonna have my light from there. Try to find the straights in it, so maybe peak here. This was the triceps, so instead of going like that, maybe more like a trapezoid. Like here, the flats. This flat, flat, flat. Some hair. Hair always looks good. Okay, nice Jae Lee arm. Let's go to Quesada now. Here you see that this thing here in the quad. Now the secret to drawing in this style is not to start from that because then it looks flat. it will not look good. So I suggest starting from the round 3D form and then translating it into straights. Because if you look at Mignola's work, it does not look flat at all, even though he uses a lot of straights. This is a round line, and if I just start like this, it's like a robot. It doesn't look good. So how can I turn this into a geometric shape? There's so many options. It's gonna go like this. So that's why I want to stick as close as possible to the reality, but make it geometric. So then I kind of feel the peak of this line is here, right? So, and then not 100% straight, but slightly curved. Slightly curved, the peak, and then slightly curved, slightly, just slightly. Like you see in that Captain America Mignola cover. Here again, where would I drop the peak? Maybe there, slightly curve in. Here he goes even more into the Mignola dots. This was Jae Lee. Let's do the same one how Joe would have done it. Doesn't have to be exactly the same number, just the style of it. Obviously the light coming from here, because all the bottoms of the shapes have a shadow. For the Mignola hatching, what Quesada does is drops like a few of them in the middle as well. I've never seen Mignola do that, so that's his addition to the style. We still have the straights here, in the knee especially, but what still keeps it round is thinking of these muscles as ovals. Straight shadows would not look as good as this. And then even rounding them off here, that's why you don't cut this shadow straight, but you still have little rounded edges, maybe a little bit staggered here. Round, round. That's what keeps the depth in there. Okay, cool. Jae Lee, Joe Quesada. Now for the challenge. So let's mix these two guys together. The bastard child of Jae Lee and Joe Quesada. I like these a lot, so I'm gonna try to find some graceful hero pose. Almost kind of Frazetta with that rock here. Frazetta. Definitely drawing havoc, because then we have everything. We have the Sienkiewicz circles because of his power stuff, and that hair. That's some Jae Lee squatting. If I do a deep squat like this, I can drop a lot of black and then have like that mouth in there. How about that? Yeah. Okay. By the way, Liberty Meadows, if you're wondering. No. What if the rocks are kind of opening up around him? I think that would be cool. Maybe even lifting up. I think I'm gonna finish this one digitally though. Red to shreds, back in your protection. Adding Joe Quesada and Jay Lee to the list of my favorite artists of all time. Check this playlist for the other videos I made about my favorite comics. Got a couple of more to go. Give the Blocky style a try yourself. Looks really cool. Drop a like if you enjoyed this video and catch you next time. Bye!